Dear students, my dear friends, after listening to some of my videos, perhaps many students have asked me, my own students also, they asked me, Father, why don't you talk something about motivation? I thought of fulfilling that demand. Today, I will be talking a few things about motivation. I will talk about what is motivation, why motivation, the importance of motivation, better motivation, how to be motivated, etc. In fact, motivation, the definition of motivation is this: it's an inferred process within an animal or an individual that causes that organism to move towards a goal. That helps us to move because there is a goal for us to achieve, and that goal can be achieved if there is enough motivation propels us to do what is desired from all of us. Very interestingly, let's begin with a very famous theory by a very famous educational psychologist called Abraham Maslow. Many of you must have heard about Abraham Maslow. His theory is called the hierarchy of needs. He divides in a triangular way, and he puts 5 important needs of each individual, you and I. And he says all of us have the basic needs, which is called basic needs are called physiological needs, physical needs. What are the physical needs? Oxygen, water, food, and also our emotional fulfillment, etc. So therefore we need that first area, and many people are living in that area. That is why the hierarchy is the basic level, which is more people are in this level. Then we move towards the second level, which is called safety needs or security needs. He calls it. That is our home. For example, there is a building, there is a house, there is a shelter for us to protect ourselves from the climate changes, etc. We also need clothing, for example. We also need other security measures for us to protect ourselves that are needed for our survival. So that is the second needs. But then we cannot live in this security level alone. We need to move towards the third level, which is belonging needs. Because all of us have an innate needs for love, care, and a belonging in us. We need to belonging to somebody. We cannot be a separate entity. We cannot have a life our own. We are interconnected people. We are linked with each other. I consider myself as an extension of the other, you. Therefore, we cannot have a separate, isolated life. And the fourth area, from that level we have to move. So this belonging needs is very important, because that's why we belong to a family, belong to a culture, belong to a language, belong to an organization, a school, and we need to belong to a nation. For example, India, we feel proud of being an Indian, and then we belonging to various organizations, etc. So that is the third level of needs, but don't limit with that. We need to move towards the fourth level, which is the esteem needs. All of us have to have esteem by doing good works, and then from esteem needs, our positions, our reputation in the society, etc. We need to move towards the fourth level, which is Abraham Maslow calls us the self-actualized people. Self-actualized people are people who reached a transcendental level. They are experiencing not selfishness. They have moved towards selflessness. Altruistic people, they are called. We can give examples of Mother Teresa, for example, Mahatma Gandhi, maybe, and we have wonderful people in every culture and every religion. We have people who have reached that level. They are called self-actualized people. Now, how do you recognize them? A few points must be remembered. The motivated people who reach the fifth level, these are the qualities. They will perceive realities accurately. They see realities accurately. Perceive reality means anything, they will not simply believe. They will not be part of this mob mentality. They will not be in the group. The best example is Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy has written a wonderful novel called Far from the Madding Crowd. I think today it is very important for us to be far away from the madding crowd. We should not be part of this thoughtless, brainless mob. In India also and outside also, we see this mentality, crowd mentality, mob mentality is gaining momentum, which is a very, very negative and very, very sad situation. But then self-actualized people will never be a mob, part of a mob. They will perceive reality and speak out the truth always, whatever consequences may come. Then there are another qualities, they tolerate uncertainty. Today we are all in uncertainty. It is also, we are uncertainty, not only uncertainty, upsetting uncertainty we are. And these people who are self-actualized will find ways and means even to overcome uncertainties, will not put them down. They will find, it is like water. If you make a dam, the water will find its way how to move. It may be blocked for some time, but it will have its own way. Similarly, self-actualized people find out ways and means to overcome the hurdles, the difficulties which they face. They also have a lot of acceptance of oneself. They know they are not perfect. They know they are, realistically they know about themselves. They also have a limitation that they accept. Every flaws, every mistakes, every limitation, they accept in a realistic way. And the fourth point we may be able to see in them is they have effective problem solving skills. They are not suppressed by the problems. They will find ways and means to overcome these problems. And the fifth point is they possess a strong social awareness. They are aware of the society. They feel for the society. They think with the society. We have wonderful people like Harsh Manda, Medha Patkar, and many other wonderful people who are working for the society, sacrificing their comforts, sacrificing their secure life, etc. They are with people because they have social awareness. And we have another area of quality which we can see is they have developed a meaningful interpersonal relationship. They don't consider one is a particular category, a religious wise or caste wise or cultural wise or ethnicity wise. Everybody is God's children for them. Therefore, they value humanness. And another good quality of these people is these motivated people are relatively independent of environment and culture. They will not be cowed down by the society which they live in, the environment and the people's pressure, societal pressure, etc. What they think right, they're convinced of, they stand for that values. That is a good thing. So now, my dear students, self-motivated people are self-actualized people. Towards that, we need to understand is a few good qualities you can have. Motivation you should have. A true motivation, you achieve success. What are the things? You must take responsibility. Don't blame things, don't blame situations. You must take responsibility. You must be hardworking, ready to work at any time to achieve the success. And the character must be there. Don't worry about your reputation. You should keep up your character, the values, the beliefs, system. And then there is no right time, always the time. And you need to have persistence. You may have setbacks in life, like Thomas Alva Edison. Many times you may fail, seemingly failure, but then you continue to persist, you will win. Another important thing is your creativity. Don't walk the beaten path, always same. There is a calf mark. Somebody followed the the hoof mark of the calf. That is not the way of life. You need to think creatively, innovatively, and I am sure there is always a better way for us. And you should also have commitment. Commitment for the future generation. You can't finish it off now. You need to have commitment whatever you start with. That is another quality. And you need to be ready to learn. Openness. Always plan exactly for your future. And the goal setting, they say the smart planning is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, realistic, or time based or time oriented planning is necessary, etc. We need to have various goals, short term and long term planning we need to have in our own life. So if you have set up a goal, then that motivation within inherently it comes to you. Then you will achieve. You will be always exist. Okay, it is achievable. We can really tap into what we really want. I can achieve, I can achieve. If the Walt Disney, I think he says, if I have a dream, I can achieve it. If I don't have a dream, I will never achieve it. That achieving, that push, that which propels you to achieve, that is called a motivation. That is inherent in you. You need to have a love for doing it. If you don't have love for doing it, your work, your goal, you will never achieve. My dear students, have a tremendous motivation, and there is tremendous willingness to commit, tremendous imagination to achieve it, and you need to have a realistic goal. Don't put unachievable things, etc. You need to have a realistic goal. I am sure, always think positive, you will achieve your goal. Motivation will propel within you, like the entire power, that it will be your fuel in achieving things. And I am sure if you have motivation, you will reach success. You will be self-actualized people, according to Abraham Maslow. As a teacher, all of us teachers will be looking at you, and we want you to achieve, we want us to achieve the fifth stage of life through proper motivation. I wish you all to have a motivation, strong motivation to achieve your set goals, and I am sure you will achieve it. Thank you very much.